Hi guys.
Hello. It looks like it's recording now.
Wait,
Oh, here we go. Now I'm
what would
recording.
we be? What are we doing?
Oh, this was the Excel presentation I was talking about yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, so if Jure and Megan want to join, that's fine. If you want to join, that'd be cool too, but you don't have to. It's just stuff that I learned yesterday.
Okay.
So it's your choice if you want to stay or not.
Hi guys. What is this meeting?
It's I forgot to talk to you yesterday because you were in orientation, but uh it's an optional meeting, so I'm just teaching the admins how to use Microsoft Excel
Nice.
and some tips and tricks for everybody else who uses it.
I will
So
stay. Thank you for invitations.
yeah, okay. Well, um yeah, with that said, you all know me. I'm Jesse. I'm the HCR assistant, and I am here today to show you some tips and tricks on how to use Microsoft Excel. It's one of the programs that I use the most, actually. So I want to show you an example of what I do on Microsoft Excel or just the stuff that I use. So I'm going to share my screen here for a little bit. All right, and you guys let me know. Can you guys see this? Yeah?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to work related stuff first. So I'm gonna go with my tracker sheet. So this is the tracker sheet that I use to kind of keep in touch on who started and then like what their progress is as a caregiver. So as you can see over here, I've color coordinated them to having their 5 hour online training or fingerprint check complete, and then people that are in progress of doing that. And then after they do their fingerprint check, their 5 hour online training, or if they're already a CNA, I wait a week after their first shift, and then I kind of give them a 7 day review, 30-day review, and then after that, 60-day, and then after that, they'll go for a 90-day. So that's kind of how I keep track of these, and I'm gonna show you how to color coordinate all of this and an easier way to do a lot of these things. Another thing that I like to use is um, my availability form, which is something that I send out to all of the supervisors every Monday. And this is kind of like the most common way of using Microsoft Excel is, entering data and whatnot. So, but I want to show you something that I've been using since learning how to use Excel, just all the stuff that you can do on it. So, first thing I'm going to show you is the notes that I took at the seminar. And there's just a lot of things that you can do on Excel, and all of this being an example of just like using formula, all like adding little nicks like this, and you know, another thing that I have been using it for is I'm a pretty big sports guy, so I've been using it for like drafts and stuff like that. So you're able to like add like images and make data, and then just having a whole presentation and whatnot. So I was using that yesterday. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a couple of things that I learned. So one of the neat things that I learned was, as you guys saw earlier in my availability form, there's all these dates, right? And so what I used to do is I just used to chop it like this, just 1615, then 2021, and then I just go down here, then I just kind of keep going and whatnot, right? And I started noticing like this has got to be a quicker way to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out really quick. Um, so a fast way to do that is let's go ahead and start with today, right? So we're gonna type in today's date, and 618. So what I learned is when you click on on the cell right here and see how there's a white cross on it. So we're going to go ahead and highlight it until there's a black cross. And what that means is that it's adding. So if I want to drag it down, you can see how it goes 619, 620, 621, 2, 3, 4. So now I don't have to just type it in. It's just like it does it for me. So that's one neat thing that I did. Another neat thing that I did or I learned was it kind of works with everything else. Well, if it coincides with it. So what I mean, for example, is I want to type in, let's say, the word Monday. And I don't want to like just do this and then so that takes too long, right? So you can do the same thing. So you highlight it until there's a black cross, and then you just go down Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then it just keeps going on for as long as you want it to. So we'll just keep it to Sunday. And yeah, like it does it for everything. I was experimenting with it, so I did January. Sorry, I have to like uh, sound it out before I spell it out. And it's the same thing, just February, March, April, May, June, July. And like now that I know how to do that, it has made my Excel experience so much faster, and it's gonna save my life one day. So yeah, that's one thing that I learned. Another thing that I learned was, um, cell styles. So each of these things are called cells, right? So let's say, for example, you want to like kind of like how I was showing the tracker sheet. I want to color coordinate days. Like you want Mondays to be, red, blue for Tuesday, yellow, green, and so on, right? So what I do, you can do the normal cell styles. So what you do is you go up here to cell styles, and then you have a bunch of different options to use. These are the good, bad, and neutrals. These are the ones I use commonly for my availability sheets. Then these are other ones right here. I use the warning text for uh, caregivers that are either still training or are deactivated. And if you don't like those, there are these kinds right here. So let's say throughout all of those cell styles, you didn't really like any of the colors, so you kind of want to experiment and whatnot. So what I do is I go over here and then I choose this paint can right here and it says fill color. So I click the arrow down and then you see all of these different colors. And again, even if there's some ones that you don't like, you can go to more colors and you can just be as creative as you want. So let's say I want Monday to be this color. You can do that. And then you can just choose different colors. And then on Wednesdays, I like to wear pink on Wednesday. So we'll make Wednesday pink and so on. So another thing too that you can do is let's say for a color like this. Hey, you can't see the letters. So what day is that? What is that supposed to be? So you can essentially do the same thing for letters. So when you go back up here, this is just to fill the the cell color, and then where the A is, that's the color of the font, and you can choose different colors. So yeah, and then again, if you want to be creative, go to more colors, and boom. So let's say if I wanted to make it that color, boom. So that's one way to color coordinate all of these. Um, Another thing that I have learned is how to sort numbers. Because a lot of the things that I do, like let's say, for example, on here, there are these hire dates, right? I didn't put these in order myself. That would have taken me a long time to do. So what I did, or what I learned, was I would click on the first cell and then I would right click. And then once you hit the right click menu, you'll see there's this sort right here. And then when you see sort, there's the oldest to newest, newest to oldest, and then, putting selected color on top and whatnot. What I like to use is I like to use the custom sort. And if I'm going too fast, just let me know, guys, okay? So yeah, once I go to custom sort, here I could say I could sort by status, next review, and so on. And so let's say I want to see who is in line for doing a 7-day review. And I do it alphabetical A to Z, hit OK. It should have done that, but probably because it already is like that. But yeah, so another thing, we go back, sort, you want to say newest to oldest. So all the newer ones are going to be on top. But if you want to change it back, you just go to oldest to newest, boom. All right. So let's see another thing that I remember learning. So let's say you want to do a chart, right? Let's say you want to create a chart on all the people that are working and whatnot. So what I did was, here's a bonus little tip here, is instead of you having to go up to this and then highlight the whole thing like this kind of takes a long time and so on. So one thing you can do is you hit the I think it's control, then A. Yeah, you hit the control button and A, and it selects everything for you. If you want to copy everything instead of right clicking and you hit copy, that's to kill time. Let's say we control all to select all. If you want to copy, you hit control C. And once you do that, control V is paste, and boom, and it's all pasted there. Let's say you don't want any of it, you want to cut it out, you hit control, I think it's control Z. Control Z cuts it out. Another thing that I learned was, let me hit enter. All right. Any questions so far? Am I going too fast? Y'all good? We Gucci? Sorry, I can't see or hear you guys, so. All right. So let's say if I want to highlight a certain area, right? I don't want to hold on to the left button and then just kind of scroll down like this. So I want to make something easier. So then what I do is I hit the shift button on the selected cell and I use the arrow key to go down or right or left or up. So that's one way to do it. So essentially you almost don't even need the mouse. So like if I want to just go up here and hit shift and and then I hit control copy, and then the only time I use the mouse is when I click on a different sheet and click on a cell, control V, boom, it's all there. And if I didn't want it there, control Z. Another thing that I learned, I'm trying to like remember almost everything that I learned on Wednesday. I'm trying to think. Oh, right. I think it's so if you want to get to the top of the cell the fastest, you would have to hit the control button and then hit up to go to the very top one, hit down to go to the very bottom of that same cell. Or if you want to go to a different row, you hold on the control and you hit left or right, and it goes to the end of the cell. So that way you don't have to click here and go left, right, or up and down and whatnot. You can just hit control, left, up, boom. So it makes everything easier. Some couple fun things that I have done is you can insert a lot of things on Excel. And this part I had a lot of fun in. So I went to insert, and let's say I wanted to add illustrations. And illustrations has, just like I said, a bunch of different things. You can add pictures, you can put shapes, you could put icons. So if I wanted to choose an icon, I will load, and let's say I wanted to add, I don't know, like, it's gonna go with this brain right here. You just hit insert, and he's there. You can make it as big as you want it to. And then once you have that image, you can go up here and you can change the color of it. And then you hit down, there's different ones. So pretty much when like you make a presentation, like you can really like just like act out your imagination on here. Like for me, it's almost like another version of Microsoft Paint. So another thing that I again learned that I absolutely loved is you can insert 3D images. So when you go to insert and illustrations, there's 3D models, and there so many things you can add on here. My favorite thing to add is this big dude right here. Let me see if I can find it. This is a cute dog you can add. Where is it? I call this guy. Oh, where is he? Can't find him. Oh well, let's just add this dog. Then hit insert. It takes a little bit. But there he is. And you can make him as big as you want. If you go up here, you kind of change how he is, and then you hold on to the left button to like move him around like that. If you go in the middle here and you click on the left button, hold on to it, you can change how he's positioned himself. Not exactly sure why you would need this. I just thought it was fun to have. But yeah, you can push pause, play, and whatnot. So yeah, and there's different illustrations of this model that you can use. Again, I don't know why you would need it, but that's there. So that is what I learned in Microsoft Excel. Do you guys have any questions?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah. Good
Well,
stuff, Jesse.
yeah.
Glad
So
you learned a lot.
I so like there was a lot in that class that I had already knew about. There's some things that I didn't talk about, like how to use formulas. Like I don't really use formulas and whatnot. And what that is what's called, it's kind of like you can do math on Excel. So like let's say you wanted to do 1 + 1. You can't just put 1 then +1 because that does nothing. What you do is you hit the equal signs first and then do 1 + 1. Then after that, you hit enter and it gives you the answer. And then when you click on the cell, you see up here of what the question was. And then again, you can just copy it like this. Instead of having to do copy and paste, you can just use the black arrow again and just So yeah, we're gonna control C all of that. So yeah, that is my save it just to be safe. There you guys are. So yeah, so that was my presentation. That was my TED Talks. I'm glad you guys were here and learned a lot because I sure
Yeah.
did. So any closing moments that you guys would like to add before I go?
Oh, thank you for sharing that. There
Yeah,
was a
I
couple things on there that I didn't know.
yeah, like that. So I hope you guys can use Excel to to your top peak, and I hope you
Are you sending?
excel at it. Ah, ah, ah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys
Right.
for being in this meeting with me, and you take care. Okay.
Okay, you
All
guys
right.
have a
Thank
Thank
you,
good
you,
day.
Jesse.
Jesse.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.